Welcome to Non-Fiction Reviews. Finding the Mother Tree is a non-fiction book by forest ecologist Suzanne Simard, published in 2021. The book chronicles Simard's lifelong fascination with the intricate networks of communication that exist between trees in a forest ecosystem. Through her research, Simard has discovered that trees are not solitary beings but rather members of complex communities, communicating with each other through an underground network of fungal threads known as mycorrhiza. The book is divided into 3 parts. In the first part, Simard describes her childhood growing up in a logging camp in British Columbia, where she first became interested in the forest ecosystem. She recounts her experiences as a student at the University of British Columbia, where she studied forestry and was introduced to the concept of mycorrhiza. The second part of the book delves into Simard's research and discoveries about the interconnectedness of trees. She explains how mycorrhiza serve as a communication network, allowing trees to share resources and information with one another. Simard also discusses her pioneering work on the Wood Wide Web, the term she coined to describe the vast underground network of mycorrhiza that connects trees across a forest. The third part of the book explores the implications of Simard's research for our understanding of the natural world and our relationship to it. She argues that the concept of the forest as a collection of individual trees is outdated and inaccurate, and that we must instead recognize forests as complex, interconnected communities. Simard suggests that this understanding has important implications for our approach to forest management and conservation, emphasizing the need to prioritize biodiversity and ecosystem health over economic gain. One of the key takeaways from the book is the importance of mycorrhiza in forest ecosystems. Mycorrhiza play a crucial role in facilitating communication between trees, allowing them to share nutrients, water, and information. By working together in this way, trees are able to better withstand stressors like drought, disease, and insect infestations. Another important takeaway is the idea that forests are not simply collections of individual trees, but rather complex, interconnected communities. This understanding challenges our traditional view of forests as resources to be exploited for economic gain, emphasizing the need to approach forest management and conservation in a more holistic and sustainable manner. Simard's work also highlights the interconnectedness of all living things. Her research has shown that the same mycorrhizal networks that connect trees also connect other plants and even animals in the forest ecosystem. This underscores the importance of preserving biodiversity and recognizing the value of all species in a given ecosystem. The book also touches on the role of indigenous knowledge and perspectives in understanding and managing forest ecosystems. Simard acknowledges the long-standing stewardship practices of indigenous peoples, who have recognized the interconnectedness of all things for centuries. She argues that incorporating indigenous knowledge and perspectives into forest management can help promote greater biodiversity and sustainability. Finally, the book highlights the need for greater public awareness and support for scientific research. Simard describes the challenges she has faced in her career as a female scientist in a male-dominated field, and argues that greater public engagement with and support for scientific research is necessary for continued progress in understanding and protecting our natural world. Here are 5 takeaways from the book. 1. Trees are social beings. One of the main themes of the book is that trees are social beings that communicate and support each other through a vast underground network of fungi called the Wood Wide Web. This network allows trees to share resources, such as carbon and nutrients, with one another, and even warn each other of impending dangers like insect attacks. 2. Forest management practices need to change. Simard argues that current forest management practices, such as clear-cutting and monoculture planting, are damaging to forests and the ecosystems they support. She advocates for a more holistic approach that takes into account the interconnectedness of trees and other organisms in a forest ecosystem. 3. Indigenous knowledge and practices are important. Simard draws on her own experiences working with First Nations communities in British Columbia to highlight the importance of indigenous knowledge and practices in forest management. She argues that indigenous communities have long understood the interconnectedness of all living things and have developed sustainable forest management practices that should be adopted more widely. 4. The effects of climate change on forests are significant. The book also delves into the effects of climate change on forests, such as droughts and wildfires. Simard argues that these events are becoming more frequent and severe, and that it is important to take action to mitigate their effects on forest ecosystems and the people who rely on them. 5. Trees are worth protecting. Finally, Finding the Mother Tree emphasizes the importance of protecting trees and forest ecosystems. Simard argues that forests provide a host of ecological, social, and economic benefits, and that it is important to prioritize their preservation and restoration in the face of mounting threats from climate change and other human activities. Overall, Finding the Mother Tree is a fascinating exploration of the complex, interconnected world of forests and the groundbreaking research being done to better understand and protect these vital ecosystems. Simard's work underscores the importance of recognizing the value of all species in a given ecosystem, and highlights the need for a more sustainable and holistic approach to forest management and conservation. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content on non-fiction. Let us know in the comments what other non-fiction books you like to see on our channel.